it's overflow. I don't really know what to, 'cause I'm a restless soul. Oh, here we go, and it's overflow. I don't know where to go, yeah, my hopeless soul. Oh, here we go, and it's overflow. I don't really know what to, 'cause I'm a restless soul. Oh, here we go, and it's overflow. I don't know Oh, girl, you blow my mind. I know what I would like to do, but you just keep on talking. I see your dog needs walking. Your folk drive you insane. I know, yeah, that's true. Of course, you ain't the one to blame. Keep on talking to me. You keep on telling me your dreams. You keep on talking to me. But I just wanna see you move.
Hell yeah. Godfather's back. And the house is packed. Hey, Big Shirley.
I just wanna see you move.
Level 10, get in. Let's get it.
Sure, I like to listen. It's just that you've been talking.
Yeah.
Tell me 3 nights in a row.
Set your sights.
Time to let go.
Higher heights.
Just lose control, 'cause life's too short for yapping. Come on and dance, come
Woo!
me so.
Come on.
You keep on talking to me. You keep on talking.
Yeah, with your sexy ass. You keep on talking. She keeps on talking. All we want to see her do is move.
You keep on talking. But I just wanna see you move.
Tell them, fellas. Girl, you keep on talking. We just want to see you move. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get ready. 4, 3. Let's get it. What's going on? What's going on? We're black. Shout out to the CIA.
I cannot say what's wrong or right. No. It's not hard to fool.
One love to the feminine, beautiful, inspirational lady. The FBI. Let's get it. Ladies, you want to pack a lunch tonight. Godfather's going to save your life. Come on. Pop a Xanax. Get some wine. Some of y'all may need to go get your little bullet or your rabbit. Or pick your favorite finger. Let's get it. Hey! Oh, he's on that shit tonight. Bobbity, bobbity, bop. We are back. Shout out to the CIA. One love to the FBI, the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies. Your godfather's back in the house, and the house is packed. We are on the other side of the rainbow. For those of you who don't know, my name is Kevin Samuels. I'm a professional image consultant. And my job, among other things, is to make sure you look good, you smell great, and are the best version of yourself each and every day. Shout out to all the confident, intelligent, and assertive men out there. Men that I call CIA. And one love to all the feminine, beautiful, inspirational ladies I call FBI. This week is going to be a series of epic broadcasts. You will want to be here on Friday. Promise you that. But before we get into it, some housekeeping. Fragrance of the candle of the evening, Palo Santo from Lalabo, little Hollywood. And the fragrance of the evening, of course, today I wore a new one from Tom Ford. Ombre Leather Parfum, brand new. If you like Tuscan leather, Ombre Leather came out as a private blend. Ombre Leather 16, they took it off the market, then they re-released it. But they took out the violet and the iris note. They put it in here. This is dope. And then, of course, tonight we're wearing one of my favorite fragrances on the planet. If we could only have two, this would be one of them. Molecule 01. All right, let's see what's going on over here. Oh, yeah. Hey, baby, how you doing? See, when a woman is truly feminine, beautiful, and inspirational, the female form can act as a muse for a man. Meaning that we as men can get a lot of things done and accomplished. But make no mistake, gentlemen, we can cap all we want to. But let's not kid ourselves. The right woman can inspire the right man to even higher heights. That's the way the Creator designed it. That's where He made it. But conversely, a man who's confident, intelligent, and just like the inspirational part for us, the assertive part, it's for you. A man that's confident, intelligent, and assertive, I said it on the Unmute Yourself impromptu, can allow a woman to rest in her femininity, be secure, and do everything that she needs to do and more to inspire her man. Hold on just a second. Let's get the throw light over here. Do I want that? Yes. Come on. There we go. Gotta have your lighting correct. This is important. All right. Friday night is going to be an epic show. I promise you that. But before we do that, only thing I'm going to ask is one thing. We got to keep the engagement up over 50%. That's the likes, dislikes, doesn't matter. I'm looking right now, and we should have close to 5,000. We only have 4,000. Guys, if you don't want to hear, let's get it up, because I'm ready to get into this broadcast. How many of you guys are ready to go? So as soon as we get over 4,000, we can get into it. And the title of the show, as you see it, Modern Women Need New Jobs. Modern women need new jobs. That's right, I said it. Modern women need new jobs. What do you say we need new jobs for? I thought women aren't supposed to do this and do that. I thought we were supposed to, calm down. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me explain what I mean by new jobs. Modern women need new jobs. Yes, you need new jobs because you're not even, I don't want to say that just yet. Why do you need new jobs? Well, modern women don't only need new jobs. Many modern women want new jobs. They just don't know how to go about asking. for the women who frequent this side of the planet, one of the highest, most women want to be married. Okay, most women want to be married. Appreciate the super chat. We got a shout out to Eric. Shout out to Melanie. Thank you. Yeah, I just crossed 1 million followers on Instagram, folks. So appreciate it. If you guys want to go ahead and clap it up, that'll be a good thing. But I got work to do right now, and this is going to hurt a little bit. But I only do it to be kind. Okay. All right. This is going to be for the men and the women. So pack a lunch. Modern women need new jobs. Why? Why do you need new jobs? Well, I believe that when we're the best version of ourselves, we're the best fit for the rest of the world. To me, a high value man has to be valuable to others in the group. That's why I said there's no such thing as being high value and homeless. There's no such thing as being a high value loner. Valuable to others and the group. Why is this important? Because a man truly has value. Is valuable to more than just himself. He's valuable to a network. And one of the biggest problems I see today in these spaces is that if you look at a cross section of men across the world, the average millionaire and billionaire are married. I've said it before and I'll say it again. And I'm going to get a lot of pushback because I often hear guys talking about what value is marriage to an average man today. This is what we're going to tackle going forward. But it's going to be men-centric, meaning that women with your PhDs.
I'm a PhD.
And all your college education and everything else, the problem is you're out there giving, taking, working for other people. What do I say the professions, women's professions that high value men tend to avoid? Law, medicine, healthcare, psychiatry, anything dealing with the head, like it or not, healthcare, military, police, officer, also women who are actors, actresses, hairstylists, nail technicians, creatives, waitresses. These are the professions that high value men tend to avoid women who do these jobs. Why? I'm going to share a little secret with you, ladies. High value men tend to avoid women in these professions for one simple reason. There's nothing of you left. There is nothing of you left. If you are a PhD.
I'm a PhD.
Or you got your master's or whatever. You get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, you go out to work, and you are a thorough professional. You pride yourself on being who you are. And as the professional that you should be, and the person that went to school and invested all that money in your bachelor's, your master's, and your PhD, you want to go do a good job. But here's the problem. You go to work in an environment of other women wanting to do the same thing. Women by their very nature are catty. So those women aren't your colleagues, they're your competition. And especially if you are an attractive woman, you got to also possibly dealing with pretty privilege. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm going there. I'm going there because the very women who are out here struggling to make it from one spot to the other, you're doing it because you've been told you got to take care of yourself. I'm independent, got to be strong, independent. I don't need no man. So that's what you do.
You know what? I am a strong, independent woman.
You go get your job, you go to work, and you work and actually you're scheduled for 40 hours, but you actually put in 60 to 70 because you got to worry about the other backstabbing women that you work with trying to double you. Now, here's the funny thing. The people who are up the stream from you tend to be men. And it works either way, whether your frontline supervisor or manager is a man or whether your second lineup is a man. As a woman, a professional woman, you go to work and you're collecting a paycheck from from an organization. That organization is providing you your money, which is your safety, your stability, everything else. So you oftentimes are more loyal to that situation than you are to your very men. The ones of you who do have relationships, you tend to wreck them because there's nothing of you left. And the ones that don't have relationships tend to take long breaks of time because you got to get work done. You got to get to work. I don't have time for a relationship. I'm too busy. I'm too this. I'm too that. The next thing you know, what happens? You look up and you're in the
Danger zone.
and it's like, oh, snap. You look up in this career you were supposedly have, you realize it was a lie. It was a job. You got sold a bill of goods. When you came into college campuses, they made this shit sound sexy. It's a damn job. You are $100,000 in student loan debt. You got a dog. You're getting overweight. You're stressed out. The women you dealing with stress you out. You can't move up. You can't move around. And the only solace you have is to talk to other people about your life. And here's the problem. When you decide to start dating a man, he only sees a part of you when he can't get to see you. And when he sees you is what's left. What's left of you is a husk, a shell where a woman used to be. Because you're drained. It's a vampiric experience working in corporate America, but that's what we're supposed to be. See, pressure's made for shoulders, not for hips. And I often hear women talk about, well, we need 2 incomes to us and so forth. We need 2 incomes because women were convinced to go into the workforce, so labor is half. If the women in this country were to go on strike and we were to lock our borders down, you'd start to see you could live off of 1 income a hell of a lot easier. Because incomes would go up because the labor supply would go down. It's simple economics. But I don't have time to get into that one. Ladies, you cannot tell me that the average one of you are happy going to work every day and thinking for the next 30 years, this is your life. But you got yourself between a rock and a hard place. You don't have a husband and you got bills to pay. Modern women need a new job. This is why so many women want these high-value men, because high-value men can do something that did not used to be required. High-value men can and do employ their women. That's right, I said it. High-value men can and do employ your women. You want to know if you got a man that's serious about you? Is he looking to hire you? Is he looking to put you to work for him? That's how you know a man is serious about you. Yeah, he may want to hit it from the back and see what that mouth do, but is he looking to bring you into his organization at a critical point? That's what high-value men do across the board. Every high-value man that I know has put his woman to work. Why? Because Because it's good for us. It's good for us. It's good for us because, one, we don't want to see you going out there working for another man. You're working for Brad, and you got to listen to Brad. Brad got this, Brad got that. Brad calling you, texting you, talking about what's going on. That's another man in our house. That shit don't work. Brad got you stressed out. Yvonne got you stressed out. Well, let's call him Brad and call him Yvonne. Yvonne at work has you stressed out because she's your manager. Brad is her manager. Brad likes you. Yvonne is jealous of you. And you got all this stuff going on at work. And who do you think you're going to come home to? Your Blake Henry. And you think you're going to tell your Blake Henry all this stuff? Here's what goes on with us as men. When we hear our women, our lady friends talk about work environment stress, it stresses us out. It raises our stress levels. This has been documented because men we can't do anything about it. Our men's bodies perceive their women under stress at work as a threat. And it's a threat that we can't do anything about. If it were a man or an animal, we'd go fight it or kill it. But your boss, we can't do nothing about, especially as a paycheck is tied to it. You don't like being there, he don't like you being there, but we need the money. Well, do you? Modern women need new jobs. Ladies, what skill sets do you have that you could actually put to work for your man? Uh-oh. I done said it. I done stepped into it. Now, what am I talking about? I mean, we got to get these likes up. Y'all tripping. Because that's what used to happen. You got a degree in accounting? Great. You can do the books for your man's company. You got a degree in marketing? Good. You can do you can put together, you can oversee the advertising and the marketing of the business. You good at working? Are you good at people? Are you good at networking? You good at answer the phones, make calls, blue collar or white collar? So many of you ladies today would be so much happier if you would be willing to leave that rat race and work with your man. Now, a lot of women are saying, I'd be willing to do that, but there ain't enough men out here. Well, that's the problem right there. You can only go to work for the men who have something to work for. Those are the men who are about to leave corporate America and start a business. That's where you young ladies need to get in. So when he leaves and starts a business, you can be there on the ground floor and help him build, and then earn your stripes. But what about you ladies in the danger zone? This is where your wisdom should come into place, because you should know enough about being out there to know you can't do another 30 years of this shit. You're not going to move up. There's a cap on you, especially as an unmarried woman. The best you're going to do is end up being a baby mama with a dog and death. Modern women need new jobs. Modern women need new jobs. The kind of women I'm talking about, the jobs you need are to find a way to work for your man. I will tell you some of your favorite content creators and some of the most ardent supporters of men-centric content, men-centric universe, the MCU. 99% of the men who you watch are in committed relationships and or married. That's not a coincidence. Because I got news for you, fellas. I'm going to shift gears. You can talk all you want to about passport this, passport that. Eventually, you will get tired of running a rotation. Eventually, it is your nature to want to settle down and be able to deal with a person, a woman that you can trust and rely upon. Because no one wants to be the old man in the club continuing to do the first part of a relationship. You know, the exciting get to know you part, the sexy part. No, it's the other part that we don't know how to do. And for guys who are in the middle, for guys who are in the 75,000, I don't want to say in the middle. I want to say the guys who are from $65,000 to $85,000 a year. For guys right there, you are the guys that getting with a woman who's on your page is a ticket to salvation for both of you. It's a ticket to being an entrepreneur, starting your own business, freeing her of working and freeing you to make more money. Because every time we go to work for somebody, we are all being pimped. What do you think they're doing? You go to work for that company, they're paying you a salary. That means they're aggregated. They determine how much you're worth on a line item and said, we're going to pay an accountant this, and this is what you get paid. And then they go out and make their product or service, take it out on the market, and they get a profit. And after they get a profit and the earnings go to the top, they give you something. Think of it this way. You take your money to the bank. You put your money into savings. They give you what, 1% at best? Then they take your money, that same $10,000 you put in the bank, and if you divide that by, use the rule of 72, take your interest rate and divide by 72. That's how long it'll take your money to double. Let's just say you went to an old school bank and they're giving you 2% savings. Most people will say, I got 10 grand. I'm going to put it in savings. That's the dumbest thing you can do. Because you put $10,000 in savings at 2%, it's going to take you 36 years to get double your money. Well, what do the banks do? They take your money and put it out on the market. They put it in mutual funds or there's some kind of vehicle where they're getting it over from 8 to 12%, where they're doubling your money up, compounding, look it up, and then they're paying you off of what they're getting. Why are they doing it? Because they're willing to take a risk that you're not willing to. See, we've been taught to work for other people and not work for each other. We don't want to take a risk on working with each other and working for ourselves and working for each other. We'd rather the risk be in the company. And then the company is saying, okay, come on in. But here's the thing. You're the most expensive part of any organization. Any company, 30% of their bottom line is in head count. And what you're about to see, you're not as valuable as you thought you were. in what's about to happen again, the She Session Part 2, many of you ladies are going to find yourself without jobs. So when you start sending out them, hey, big head texts, you need to start sending out your resume saying, you know what? I see that you have an insurance agency. I see that you I see that you work for State Farm, Farmers Allstate. I see you have a real estate business. I see you have a trucking business. You know what? I'm very good at paperwork, organization, planning. I can run your CRM, your customer relation database. You know, I'm good at marketing. I can help you put together an Instagram campaign, Facebook. There are a lot of things I can help you do to actually get more clients. That's what we want to talk about. Fuck what that mouth do. We'll get to that later. What you gonna do to help a man take it to the next level? And that is where you can start bringing something to the tables, lady. You want to know what you bring to the table? The ability to help you double your profits. The ability to help you break out of that rat race and start your own. Modern women need new jobs. And the first thing you need to do for the women who this applies, you need to get with a man that you can go to work for. But see, here's the thing. Many of you don't want to do that. Why don't you want to do that?
You know what? I am a strong, independent woman.
You idiot woman! Idiot woman!
Flash.
Hear my womanly roar! Yeah! I'm here.
But I'm going to use my MCU powers, and I'm going to use my Thanos snap. And I'm going to snap you into a world to where you weren't taught to think of men as a utility or the enemy. I'm going to snap you into a world where you were taught to think of the man as your natural counterpart and where you are better with than without. A world to where your support system wasn't the government and other women. It was actually the family of your creation. Families, just like I talked about in Monday's broadcast and the Monahan Report. Family. A culture of family, family business, something to pass on. But it's going to require modern women to do something that previous generations, baby boomers, did not do. Go back to your men. Work with your men. Or you can work for the system. But the system don't care about you. It will eat you up. And once you are too old and not useful enough, they will do exactly what they do all the time. They'll bring in a younger woman. I've seen it done to women in my family, women I've cared about. I'm not going to get too personal, but you see it happening all the time. You women, you ladies know you are far too stressed. What, you think I don't know what I'm talking about? 8 out of 10 of you overweight or obese. Why is that? Because you're eating your feelings. Why do you have, what do you mean I'm stressed? Because that's your family, a dog or a cat, when it should be a man and some kids. I was watching another broadcast the other day, and a woman got on there and said, you know, women in the West are just not happy. And she was right. Women in the West are not generally happy. The way to happiness is to learn how to work with your men. But see, that means you're going to also have to stay. Uh-oh. There's the problem. If I ask the average woman, how many relationships have you had where you've walked away from? 90% of your relationships you break. But you see, if you have to start dealing with a man and working with your man, truly partnering with your man, that means you got more on the line than just your feelings. You got a whole business. You got a whole economy that's supporting him, your kids, and everybody else. It's not as simple as, oh, I'm not happy anymore. I don't care about your happiness. I care about your success. Modern women. What's up? We should be over 8,000 likes. I'm serious. Get them up. Get them up, get them up, get them up. Because I want you to ask yourself a question as a woman. Could you actually go to work for your man? Could you go to work for a man? Could you leave your baby? Could you leave your boss? Could you leave your employer and rely on a man? Because I'm going to say this particularly to black women. Now this is about to hurt.
Hadouken!
How many of you ladies went to work right out of college? You went to work with your non-black counterparts. Becky, Marisol, Marlene, and Jamila. You all came out in your early 20s. But then around about 26, 27, 25 to 26, they all started getting married. And what were you worried about? Danger zone! You were sliding into the danger zone, hot girl summer, and this and that, partying. While they were getting married, you were partying, thinking, 22, 23 is too young to get married. I can't get married till I'm at least 30. They done had all their kids by 30 and they had their mommy makeover and they're looking great. You are still thinking, oh, I need to have a 3 for more important. What do you actually learn about a man dating? All you doing is running up your numbers on the CC. There's nothing you learn about me out there. You learn about me by being with me. And me means your man. That's the biggest lie that keeps getting told in our community. What there really is a way to delay and deflect from actually doing what you need to do. So what ends up happening? You look up and you're 28 years old, and the women that you start off with while you're trying to fight for a promotion has already become a wife and a mother. And they coming up to work with the guys that y'all went to work with. They retire their wives. And those same women who are your same age are coming up to work with a baby stroller, handing her husband lunch, while you are trying to run your ass to Subway. That's right. I have seen it too many times in corporate America, where women around their mid-20s, black women are still unmarried and non-black women are marrying. They're leaving the work environment, going to become a teacher, a yoga instructor, something part-time. And I could see it in so many sisters' eyes, the hurt, the loss, the jealousy, the confusion when they see these same women who ain't as smart as they were and with this and that, and they're leaving out in their car with their baby. And I never really saw black women doing this because you wait far too long. You think you need all this experience, and what you really need to do is settle down and commit to dealing with one man and working with him, getting on his plan to build a life. And you need to do it when you're young, because the older you get, the harder it becomes. It is a rare woman who reaches 35 years old who is really mentally, emotionally, really ready to work with a man. This is why you see older men getting with younger women, because you are too set in your ways. But this is a choice you could make. You got all this knowledge. Here's what I'm saying. You got all this knowledge. You know what's working against you. If you're in your late 20s to your mid 30s, here's what you need to do. Take all of that frustration, pain, everything else, and decide to end it. Be like a corporate espionage. Take everything you've learned in corporate America and use it to help a man build a business. Instead of thinking, I gotta keep working to get this check, because all you're gonna have is work and a goddamn check. You're gonna want to be here Friday. I promise Friday I am going to tear the roof off this mother sucker, because I have lived and seen too many good women, too many good black women die alone because they were too afraid to get with one man. And it is a choice. It is absolutely a choice. The prettier you are, like it or not, the more options you have to get a higher value man. But I'm talking about women who are average at best. You can still do like every other average at best woman out there who's not black and decide to get with the local maintenance man, the plumber, the electrician, or whatever, and take your skills with his trade and make a business. So what does it come down to, ladies? Do you want to work for the system for the rest of your life? Because the older you get, the more angry you get, the more bitter you get, the harder it is to deal with you. Because we don't want to hear you come home talking about the job. We don't want to hear you talking about Yvonne and these women at work. We don't want to hear it because ain't nothing we can do about it. We're problem solvers. We're fixers. And the way you fix it is to find something that you can do. Well, I know there are women out there be like, well, we could start a home-based business together. No, you work for his business. Not start a home-based business together. You work for his business. But maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm just talking, but I think it's funny that when I was in school, and I've met women who've gone to highly ranked state schools, even Ivy League schools, to major in MRS, to major in marriage. And they're better off today than us and all these.
I'm a PhD.
Who ain't close to being happy. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get into it. I wanted to open the call lines. I had some more music I wanted to play, but later. Ladies, you need a new job. I need to know, what is your concern or what is your issue about working with a man? The takeaways are, can you work with a man? And if you got a man that's trying to put you to work, ladies, you got a man that you need to, shit. You got a man that's saying, oh yeah, you do that. You can come do that for me. If you have that going on, you're closer to winning than you ever thought. But you also can't be telling your friends about it. Your single girlfriends, because they're going to tell you, oh, don't try to do that, girl. He's trying to trap you. He's just trying to get you to quit the job so you would be dependent on him so he can get you away from the job and get the money come from him. Then he can abuse you. The color purpling of America. The color purpling of Black America. Everything that weaponized victimhood women will try to tell you is a man trying to put you to work is a way to control you so he can beat on you. You ain't Miss Seeley and he ain't Mr. Tell your friend to shut the French toast up. That is some sick mess, but we hear it all the time. And I'm tired of hearing so many of our women try to make Black men seem as though we just want to sit there and wail on you. Out your mind. But anyway, think about it, man. How many times I know that women be like, dang, he's right. I heard when I said I was going to go work with my boyfriend, one of my homegirls said that. But you know what? Maybe it's just an anomaly. Let's get into it.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar.
Ladies only.
Dormir en algún lugar.
Ladies only.
No para trabajar. Y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money working. El mundo quiere dinero. Money working.
Let's give them a new plan. Give these PhDs a new plan.
Money work, yo digo
Give
las
these
cosas
PhDs
como
a new
son. No
plan.
quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah, no me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work, se arregla con dinero, yeah. Money work, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunático.
Let me also say this, gentlemen. I'm going to say this too. High value men and men who want to be high value, look for women that they can employ. There is no greater show of masculine frame strength than being able to take your woman out of the work world and putting her to work for you. You don't want to, I know there are a lot of guys who are like, 50-50. Today, I would not do it. Because she's still out there dealing with her boss. But what I would do is put her to work for me and right size our family life to where we're not living above our means. And I would rather live a above average life to where I can employ my woman than living above our means and having her work for another man. Damn that. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It is a no-win environment today. It's not like when our grandmothers worked, because they were raised in a different world to where they value relationship and family more than anything else. That mess comes in our homes. You don't want another man's influence in your woman. I'm going to tip my hand right now, but I'm going to say something. When I used to be in singles ministry and church ministries, one of the things that pastor used to always say is, do not quote me in your home, ladies. Pastor T.D. Jakes used to say, don't quote me in your home. That is no more emasculating thing for a woman to do than when she is in a man's home to quote another man, especially in a conflict. Do not invoke another man's name in your home. Not if you want to keep a happy life. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I see you, ladies in the call queue, and I see everybody over there. The only way you're going to get on Zoom, you can request not to be on YouTube, but you must be seen on the screen. All right. Who is this? Denise, go ahead and wave. How are you?
How you doing, Kevin?
I am well. You're kind of off the screen a little bit. There you go. How old are you?
Is that better?
Yeah, we can get it done. How old are you?
I'm 35.
All right. Do you need a new job?
You know what? I quit my job, Kevin.
Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I should have made a caveat. I'm trying to speak to the single ladies. The ladies who are already
Oh, you
married in
trying to speak to?
relationships.
Wait, I'm trying to get my camera right. Okay.
Well, I'm trying
Can
to
you
speak
see me,
to
Kevin?
what I'm trying to speak to is the single ladies who are trying to get this figured out. If you're already married, I try not to get in between what's going on between husband and wife. But do you
Right.
work
I
with your
understand,
husband?
but I called in, Kevin. I didn't mean to cut you off,
Go ahead.
but I called in because I stumbled across your show actually 2 days ago.
Okay.
And I was raised by my grandmother, Kevin. And my mom, she worked. My mother was a single mother. My father wasn't in the picture. So I grew up being raised by Black women. And you made a statement on one of your shows, and you said that Black women problem is that they're not open-minded to men. And I forgot which episode it was, but I called my husband up and I was telling my husband that I was so glad to run across your show because for so long, Kevin, I struggled and I prayed. I'm a praying woman and I pray a lot. And I never wanted to overpower my husband or anything like that. So when I stumbled across your show and to hear a Black man make a statement so profound like that, I was so happy to hear that because it's so often in this world that Black women have a distorted view of their own position in life and where they're supposed to be. And when I heard that, and you also made a statement about women need to put their dick up, I totally agree with that. 1,000%. 1,000%. A woman, the women nowadays is so busy, Kevin.
Ma'am. I
I'm
appreciate
sorry.
you
I'm
calling
passionate
in
about
co-signing.
your show.
Right, because I got a show that I'm trying to get to, but I wanted to give you a chance to at least get that off, get off your chest. But keep watching, and Friday you may want to come in and tune into that show because that's going to be a barn burner. Appreciate it. All right, we got to try to stay on topic. So when I bring you in, please kind of stay on topic. Michelle, are you ready? Go ahead and wave. Wave, Michelle. Hello. I can't see you waving, so. All right, there you go. Yeah, you're up too close. Your face is too far in the camera. How are you? How are you? Well, I can't hear you. Your audio doesn't seem to be working. You muted yourself. You got to unmute yourself. Hello. All right, Michelle, you muted yourself. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to unmute yourself, and I'm gonna go ahead to the next person. Yeah, she's muted herself, so I can't unmute her. So thanks. Let's get to the ladies in the Zoom call. All right. First up, we're gonna have. All right. So all the women in the Zoom call, none of your audio is connected. The only woman's audio is connected is Elena. So we'll go to you. Hello. How are you?
I'm good, praise God. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
30.
What do you got for me?
Well, thank you, sir, first off, for your show. I've been listening to you lately. And today's topic.
Oh, you're really lagging. You're really lagging. You might want to check your connection because you're kind of digitized too. So we're gonna go to so all these folks in we're gonna get rid of you. So to everybody in the Zoom call, if your camera is not on, I'm going to start removing everybody whose camera is not on. That means, I don't mean a picture. I mean, that means you have to be on. So you go bye-bye. And if you're removed, you can't come back. So that goes by. Hold on just a second. What's going on here? All right, gentlemen. One of the biggest issues we have today is we always say that we want women to be more traditional. Right. Get it. 100%. Are you in a position? This is why, like it or not, I think between ages of 18 and 30, a man should be on his purpose, trying to hustle up and get his grind up, because you want to be in a position to where you can actually have something, a job for your woman to do. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Anika. Hello? Anika? Say something. Oh, Jesus. Okay, the lady who just took off her sweater. I'm talking to you. She's drinking wine now. You lady, let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna have to do this. Poor thing. You, ma'am.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do I pronounce your name? How do I pronounce your name? You got these Bluetooth headset on. H Christ. All right, I'll make some content out of it. As soon as you can't. I'm talking to you. Take off the headphones. Your mic is unmuted. Your mic is unmuted. I'm talking to you. Everybody's waiting for you. Now you muted yourself. Oh, Lord have mercy. Anika. All right, let me go ahead and take her off. See, this is what happens when people have on. This is what happens when you don't shut off YouTube in the background. You trying to look at yourself on YouTube. So you look at the comment section, and then they have the Zoom open over here. And then they got on these headphones. So it's got all these different loops going on. And she's drinking wine, not paying attention. So
Run, bitch! Run!
that's the wrong one. All right, we're going to get to somebody else. We're going to ask Diane to unmute. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing? See, Anika,
Good.
that's how it's done. That's how it's done, Anika. How you doing, Diane?
I'm well.
Good. How old are you?
26.
26. All right. Are you single or married?
Single.
All right. So, what do you got for me? Are you trying to get a job?
I had one at a point in time, but I understand what you're saying in regards to, women should want to work for their man, but sometimes depending on what your man does, it's just not an ideal position.
Such as?
For instance, my ex at the time, he worked in real estate, and I painted with him, whatever he needed me to do, I did it. But at the same time, it's like real estate, that was boring to me.
It's what?
It was boring. It was demanding. It's, it's a physically demanding job. So.
You said it was boring.
Yeah. I mean, painting rooms is not the most ideal thing to be doing every day.
Who gives a shit?
You're right.
See, you just said that it's not possible. Not for a child, it's not. But I'm assuming I'm talking to grown damn women. Mm-hmm. If you want to be entertained, go get an iPad and go in another room with the kids.
I mean, I would have preferred to just stay solely at home. But...
Of course you would, because you're lazy. Are you fine enough to stay at home?
I believe so, yes.
Really? How tall are you?
I'm 5'8",
Dress size?
size 4,
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
137.
What would you rank yourself? Fresh face out of the shower, just your natural hair, 1 to 10, you can't use 7.
I would say I'm an adjustable 6.
I would give you a 6. That's cute.
Thanks.
I don't find many cute housewives who somebody just takes care of them. Why should anybody take care of your 26-year-old self? You got any kids?
No.
So why do you need to sit at home?
Because why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
Yeah, I want to deal with women.
I mean, I witnessed.
No. See, and I'm going to use this as a teaching lesson, though.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to college?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Did you graduate?
Yes.
What's your degree in?
Health science.
Health science? Did you take out loans?
Yes.
So you took out loans. How much college? Did you take out loans for all 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you were in college, you didn't go to college and take out loans to go sit at home.
You know, being African, you come to the United States.
You didn't. No. You didn't take out loans to go sit at home. You have no children. You went to school for health science.
It was more so a backup plan.
Excuse me?
It was a backup plan.
You sound like a side chick.
Going to college?
No, you sound like a side chick. What's coming out of your mouth sounds like a side chick. Not a woman to build with. Well, because you went to school, went into debt, and then you don't even want to work when you're young with no kids. You want to sit at home. So if, as a man out here who's looking to have a woman of value, I would get a woman who's going to go to school, who wants to at least work with me to help us build our family. You may have you on the side for fun, but you're not a woman. Or women who think like you aren't women to build with.
Well, going to college wasn't on my doing. It was really a push from my parents. So
I don't want to hear that. You're a grown woman. Your family cannot make you do something you don't choose to do.
Okay.
Again, I'm assuming I'm talking to adults. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Serious question. 30 years from now, if you had a son and he ran into a woman like you tell him, yeah, let her just sit at home and do nothing.
If he ran into a woman like me?
Yeah. Your son that you had to birth, raise to become a solid citizen, productive man, and he ran into a 26-year-old woman who didn't want to work. She just wanted to sit at home and be taken care of. She was healthy and she was healthy and could get out there and do everything that anybody else needs to do, but she just wanted to sit there and take advantage of your son's money. You tell him to do what?
Well, when you word it like that, it sounds
You tell
horrible.
him, no, that's exactly what it is. You tell him what? What would you tell you? What would you tell your blood?
So it's a little different for me because.
What would you tell your blood?
What would I tell my blood? I would tell him if he's financially able to afford that, then he should absolutely do it.
Why?
If he finds a woman who he feels like is an asset to him or compliments him.
What asset is a woman sitting on her ass doing nothing?
How is it sitting on her ass when she's cultivating the home? I didn't say I was at
home. No, ma'am. You have no children,
nothing.
And there's nothing at you. You have no children. There's nothing for you to do at home.
At the time, no.
So how are you an asset sitting on your ass at home when there's nothing for you to do?
You're right, Kevin. I should have went to paint the houses, but it's just like, bro.
No, you should have done what? No. Bro? Did you say bro?
Like.
Did you say bro?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Did you say bro?
Yeah, you know what? I am a strong, independent woman.
Just having that responsibility and like, I don't know. That's just not how I envision my life. Like I envision myself, like if I was to help my husband with a business, it would be not something so physically demanding on me. Like, like it could be anything.
Where are your people from?
I'm Nigerian.
Why don't you run back over there and talk that shit?
You're not understanding me, I don't believe.
Oh, I'm understanding when I'm talking to a lazy, entitled young lady. Why don't you go back to Nigeria or go back to the motherland and go back to 2 generations before you and talk this? I didn't envision having to do this. You're lazy. See, 2 things I don't deal with is lazy and cowardice. In anybody.
But how was it lazy? That was what I seen was done with my mother. So I don't understand like how me at
Gentlemen,
26.
when you run into a woman who thinks like this, there's no negotiating. Don't even have sex with her. Just cancel her.
Oh my goodness.
Just cancel it outright. There's nothing to be said. They're used to getting there, throwing little petty ass little girl temper tantrums and trying to get their way. Leave them. You ain't fine enough to act that way. I'm gonna be honest. You ain't nowhere close to being fine enough to act that way. I mean, the nerve. She talked like she's a straight up LA 9. I should just be able to sit at home. Brother, whoever you are, you dodged a major bullet. Let's see if we can get Anika back on here. Let's see if she can get it together now. Hello?
Hello.
Now we're on. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Much better after all that. How old are you?
Sorry.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
40? 40?
Yeah.
Cool. Are you single or are you married?
I'm single.
Any kids?
I have one, a daughter.
Okay. A daughter? All right. Are you looking for a new job?
No, I have a job. I kind of relate to what you're saying because, I am stressed out and I am alone.
What do you do for a living?
I'm in law.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that was the first thing.
Did you go to law school?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
you named my profession first and what men avoid.
Yeah. I did that for a reason. Because that's the top profession high value men avoid. That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly right.
But I don't think that is necessarily the case. I understand.
Well, how many high value men have you ever had? I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't just pull this out of my ass. I've been doing this for years.
I believe you.
Gentlemen, ladies, the top 2 professions that men want to avoid with a passion: law, psychology, or psychiatry. 2, no man wants to sit around and be analyzed, and no man wants to deal with a woman to where they end up breaking up with them, and she knows how to use the law.
Right.
So you ladies can think whatever you want. I'm telling you what it is. So let's get back to, and by the way, you never said, how old is your daughter?
She's 11.
Well, were you and her father together a long time?
We were together before we got married. It's interesting because we were together and
you were together before you got married?
No, well, I'm saying we had a relationship for like 5 years, and then we got married, and then I got pregnant like right after we got married, and then the relationship broke down. The having a child like didn't.
Okay, hold on. You were together 5 years. You got married. You got pregnant, and then who ended the relationship?
I would like to say he did because
who filed for divorce?
He behaved. I did.
Okay, then you ended the relationship.
Yeah.
All right. The relationship didn't break down. You divorced your husband.
It broke down.
You divorced your husband. You divorced your husband.
Yes.
You can say whatever it is. I'm just looking at the facts. You filed for divorce. You divorced your husband.
Correct.
So I categorize women like you for whatever reason as home wreckers. You had a home that you wrecked it. You were married, you got pregnant, had a kid, then wrecked your home.
No, because he put his hands on me, so he wrecked our home.
Okay, he put his hands. Okay, now I'm gonna say something. And you were just a shrinking violet in this situation.
No, I'm not a shrinking violet.
Okay, all right. So when you say he put his hands on you, you were sitting on the couch or at the dinner table or whatever, he just came in the door and started whooping your ass?
No.
Was this in the middle of an argument?
It was, yes.
Uh-huh. And you known that man for how many years?
I knew him for about 6 at that point.
Uh-huh. And he had been violent before?
He had been like subtly violent when I was
Had
pregnant.
he been violent before? Yes. No. Meaning, had he put his hands on you?
Yes.
Before you got married?
Yes. Oh, before we got married? No.
Okay.
No.
See, a lot of stuff that I don't like weaponized victimhood. And oftentimes when women come in here, you talk about abuse and violence and stuff like this. But were you verbally violent or emotionally abusive with your husband?
I respect that because I was.
Were you? That's a yes or no. Before
I didn't realize you said were you. I thought you said when you.
I assumed you are, but I'm asking.
Yeah, I was.
So let me ask you. Seeing as though you said the marriage broke down because he put his hands on you, you put your mouth on him.
Did, yeah.
Where does that rank? Is it worse for a man to put his hands on a woman or for a woman to put her tongue on him? I'm asking you seriously.
I mean, honestly, it's bad either way. That was
I said which is
11
worse.
years ago.
I said which is worse.
Which is worse?
Yes.
In different circumstances,
no, it's not. Which is worse? Which is worse? Physical or psychological?
Hands.
Ma'am.
Well,
Ma'am.
No.
Ma'am.
I don't know.
Really? Really?
Probably psychological. I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you. There are things that you can remember somebody said to you when you were a child, when you can't remember the pain. See, this is why I say that I don't just believe all women, because I don't know men who just start whooping women's butts for no reason. You guys go into situations where you get back with a man and you just don't know when to stop. You want to keep provoking and talking and this and that. And all of a sudden, let her tell. How many times is it you think you've told this story where you said he ended it because he put his hands on you and people just listen to that?
No.
Well, why didn't you say the marriage broke down because I was verbally violent and emotionally abusive? Why didn't you say that?
Because you were saying that I was a homewrecker. I probably wouldn't have mentioned it if you didn't cast me in a negative light.
You cast him in a negative light. You said the marriage broke down. It didn't break down. You filed for divorce. And you said, well, I did that because he put his hands on me. And I said, okay, that means you had no part to play in this. I'm asking you, why instead of saying he put his hands on you, why didn't you come in and say the marriage broke down because I was verbally violent and emotionally abusive? Both things happened. True or false, counselor?
True.
Then why didn't you come in and saying what you did first, counselor?
Because I feel as though, considering all the facts involved, I don't feel as though I deserve to be treated the way I was treated. My child was like months old.
Your child or your child or his child? Right.
Months old.
So if you were so you were verbally violent and emotionally abusive. He deserved to be treated that way.
No, neither of us.
Right. But see, in this country and the way we do stuff is women can always do what you just did. Weaponize victimhood and make it to where the man hit me and that's supposed to override everything else. When we know that's not even the case. How tall are you?
5'8".
Dress size?
I'm sorry?
Dress size?
8, 10.
How tall was your ex-husband?
Sorry?
How tall was your ex-husband?
He was 6 foot.
Mm-hmm. How much did he weigh?
Like 200, maybe 195.
How much do you weigh?
I'm like 158.
5'8", dress size 8?
Mm-hmm. 8'10". I mean, I just wore a dress today to work. That was 8.
Okay. All right. About in the range, 150, 160. So he's 190, you're 160.
He was a lean guy. You know, he wasn't a big guy. Don't be trying
Right.
to think he was some big
Right.
truck. He wasn't.
Right. My point is, ma'am, you came in here trying to craft a narrative where the onus was outside of you.
No.
Ma'am.
You kind of shifted to my marriage. I kind of wanted to talk about my career and finding a man.
Well, what is a man going to find is the question.
What do you mean?
Any man who's listening to what just happened knows exactly what I mean.
So explain it to the women that don't understand.
The women who sit around and blame men for what they do. Women like you who come in and craft narratives, lie by omission, deflect, obfuscate, to the point to where I have to sit down and treat you like a hostile witness to get you to admit you have been verbally violent and emotionally abusive to the man that you said put his hands on you. Mm-hmm. You were complicit in the destruction of your own marriage, i.e. you wrecked your own home.
Okay.
That's why I call you home wreckers, because you guys won't even admit it. You were with this man for years ahead of time and he hadn't been violent.
I mean, I can't admit it, but I'm saying I feel as though you're trying to demonize me when you don't know. You
demonized him, ma'am. I'm defending men. You said your marriage ended. Don't Kevin me. You demonized that man when you demonized that man when you came in and said your marriage broke down because he put his hands on you. Now,
I can't hear.
My point is, ma'am, wherever it ended, it ended. And all men are looking for in the future is nobody's perfect. We're all broken. We all have things. But men are tired of hearing that they're always the problem.
And I didn't mean to come off that way. He and I are friends now. We have had breakthroughs where, it's been 10 years and we both said to each other, like, I'm flawed, you're flawed.
Good.
So I really don't know why we're focused on this.
Well, we're focused on it, ma'am, because you brought it up. If you had said my marriage ended, it didn't break down. If you had said my marriage ended because we were both broken and flawed, we both did bad things to one another, we wouldn't have been here. Okay. You go back and rewind it. I don't believe I've been I think I've been very reasonable. I'm dealing with what you said. You said it broke down because he put his hands on you. And I question what you did, if anything, and you admitted you were verbally violent and emotionally abusive. Yeah. That's why we had to go down this rabbit hole, because if this is what you're still saying here, that means likely you'd be taking that out into the dating environment.
No, I mean, maybe so, but I've learned a lot on that front, which is why it's hurtful to go down that road. But
well, ma'am, we didn't have to go down that road until you didn't have to go down that road until you said it ended because he put his hands on you.
You're right.
See, I defend. I'm fair. I call it down the middle, but unlike most places, I don't just go off believe all women. I believe the facts and the evidence, the data, the statistics, and I am tired of seeing men we can have our entire lives wrecked because of a false or allegation or a story or a narrative.
I hear you. I didn't wreck his life. I
didn't say that. I said we men. I said we men. I said we men.
I'm not that kind of person. I don't believe in like damaging people's lives. Ask me a question, and I'm sorry that I answered it incorrectly. You're right.
You answered correctly, ma'am. Incorrectly.
No, meaning you're right. I was verbally abusive to him. I was.
But see, the thing is, man, incorrectly, the men you'd be looking to deal with think a lot like I do. I don't have 1 million subscribers because you are an anomaly. Men are tired. If you live in this country, you can witness a man's entire life be torn apart by an allegation.
I know that.
So you ladies have to, and what happens to women who make these allegations? Oftentimes nothing. They can just say, I'm sorry.
I know that as well.
So as a lawyer, as an attorney, you have a higher burden, in my opinion, than other people because you know the law and you know the consequences. So when you come in and say something like you just said, and then say, well, I apologize, or I misspoke, or I didn't say it. I'm like, well, that's a bit much. Go back and watch the segment, man. Just go back and watch the segment and watch what people said. Go back and watch the segment, watch what men and women are saying in the chat room, because I can't see it. But have you had, let's put here, pause here and move forward. You're divorced. You said you're alone. Why do you want to do this again? Why do you want to have another relationship, should I say?
Because I want companionship. I'm lonely. I want to be with somebody.
Okay. You're 40. Do you want any additional children?
No.
What kind of man do you want to be with?
I know you're probably going to beat up on me for this.
I'm not. I prefer you not to say that because you don't know what
I'm just saying. I've been watching your content, and I really
beat up on you.
A lot of it, I do. Like most people, initially, I was like, oh, no, he didn't. But then,
counselor, shrinking violet. Let's get to it.
I'm not.
I know.
I am not.
I know.
So, what I'm saying is, when you ask me what kind of man I want to be with, I've learned that I need to be with someone that is on a similar page as me. Because I've dated men that didn't have like a similar education as me, or whatever, a career path as me. And I think that I've learned that that's not conducive to it working. And watching your content, I'm rethinking that, because you're like, oh, if you're over 35, or if you're this, or if you're that, you need to consider people that you know not necessarily in the window that you might think that you want. But I've been there, done that. And oftentimes that causes friction.
Right. So your man on the same socioeconomic level as you then.
Correct.
Right. And
so I
hold on. Please. Okay, we got to go one at a time. You can't overtalk me. Same socioeconomic level. What state do you live in?
Right now I'm in New Jersey. I was in Maryland for a very long time.
All right. So, what kind of law do you practice?
For a very long time, I was in criminal defense, personal injury,
thank you. Trial. Thank you. So you have to go. See, guys, most of my career I work with attorneys, and not everybody can work with attorneys. I'll tell more on that later. But somehow I just knew it was either PI or criminal. Yeah. Just felt like it. So we need to get these donations up. We've had some folks come through, make some nice donations. Hit the $5, hit the $20, because as we get into it, man, 40 years old, somebody on your same socioeconomic level. So that means somebody who's making in the obviously 6-figure plus range.
Yes.
All right. So, fair question. You don't want any more children. Do you mind dating a man who's much older than you?
No. I mean, much older meaning like, like I would say like 13 years at the most. That's much older, right?
Yeah. All right.
I think so in his mid 50s.
So in his mid 50s.
Yeah.
All right. So somebody in his mid 50s. And what is the thing that higher income men more than any other group of men tend to want from a woman?
From my experience, they just want you to be, a good company. And you said it, you've also said that high value men can be jerks.
No, I didn't say that. That may be what you interpreted, but I didn't say that.
Okay.
So be good company.
Yes, be good company, behave a certain way.
What's that way?
I mean,
Nope.
it's different with different people. Like I think I've probably dated 2 people that I'm thinking of, and just, just in a way that pleases them.
No, I don't. See, what I'm trying to understand is we put a comma, we put a period and moved on. And I'm not hearing a woman who really even knows the kind of men that she wants. Counsel, this isn't a good case. You haven't done your research.
No, I've been doing my research.
No, really, ma'am, I'm asking. Because if this show is seen by these kind of men, they're listening. And they're like, well, does she even know what we want? Because I would tell you, where's Attorney Sperling? I should read what he wrote. Because he found his wife in my room. See, just to be good company and act in a certain way, ma'am, that's saying nothing.
To be nurturing.
Nope, they won't cooperate. Nope, they won't they want cooperation.
Right.
That's don't say right. You didn't say that.
I did not say that.
No, you didn't, because you didn't know.
I said I did not. Correct, I did not.
So you don't know what they want.
No,
they want a woman who's cooperative and a woman who's on their page, not on your page. This is why I say, like it or not, older attorneys are some of the last people these kind of men want, because you tend to be more difficult, less cooperative.
I can't argue with that for sure.
So if they don't want you, what are your options? If they don't want women like you,
I don't know. What are my options? My options are just, believing in God and hoping that
God ain't got nothing to do with this. God gave you a 5+ year relationship and a marriage and children. You guys sound like you had mutual combat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why so many women feel like you just get infinite supplies of men. This ain't Pac-Man, and you don't have a cheat code. You run out of lives in this joker.
Yeah.
And even at 40, I'm not hearing a woman who's even sat back and said, how am I going to play the last? I mean, let's be reasonable. You got maybe, because we're black, maybe 10 more years in the dating environment before it's a wrap, but it's really a wrap now. Really a wrap now, because if you get to 50, you still want the same man in socioeconomic status. The men who are up there are dying. And the men who are making the kind of money you're talking about, we are not dating 40-year-old women.
Right.
And it's not because those women are age appropriate. It's because you guys have not taken the time to really understand who it is you say you want and what these men want. It is far too difficult. And you guys don't make it easy. That's why I go back to the original thing that set this conversation off. The way you phrase that is a deal breaker for a lot of these men. They just won't say it. They're gonna be like, forget that. I don't want to shout out to Kwame Brown. I don't want to get caught in a dulo twist at her.
Wait, what was that last part?
Don't worry about it. And your child is how old? 11?
7.
7 or 11?
11.
So, to be fair, you're not just looking for a companion, you're looking for a stepfather.
Yeah. And to be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. She kind of already, well, she doesn't have one, but I was with someone for quite some time, and he's kind of in that role. We didn't get married, but she's got close to him, so I don't want that. I'm just being honest, Kevin. Nobody's perfect, you know.
I didn't say anybody's perfect, ma'am. We are where we are.
Right.
So, have you had any counseling or therapy post divorce?
I actually just signed up for it the other day.
Okay, so the answer is no. So, reasonably, if it weren't you, a man or a woman that goes through a relationship, a marriage, a tumultuous situation, and you guys have been divorced for how long?
10 years.
10 years. And for the last 10 years, you haven't done anything.
When you say anything, what do you mean?
Regarding getting your mental on track. Therapy means a lot, because therapy, in my opinion, is an admission that you can't fix it yourself. That your best thinking, my best thinking, got us in the positions we were in.
Right. I did once, and I went to maybe 2 sessions, and I stopped.
And then, of course,
So
any therapist will tell you that most people quit about the second session, because that's not going to work. They're making me the angry black woman. They're making me this. I got this. We're on autopilot right now, man, because you're not a special snowflake in this regard. This is the pathology in our community. This is in everybody's community to some degree, but in ours, it is on turbo. And I go back to what I said before, because women in general in the West are allowed to demonize men. And in our community, you're not supposed to question mama. You're not supposed to question anything. And a woman can just say 2 things. One of them is the abuse word. The other is the word that starts with R. And that's supposed to shut down all conversation and no dialogue. And I've lived long enough to realize, just like so many other men, we don't see what gets said so much. And here's the problem. Just like in our earlier conversation, that tends to be the facts more often than not. And who gets held out to dry? So you wonder why men are apprehensive, standoffish, not wanting to take risks, because men have a lot to risk in relationships. So what you ladies bring to the table, and what you're willing to, what risk and are you willing to allay, fears you're willing to allay, matters.
Mm-hmm.
So for the most part, you ladies have been raised to believe you're the prize, and a man needs to do this for you, that for you, but that's not how it works.
I know, and I've learned that from you. I can honestly say that.
I would say I'm glad you've enrolled in therapy. Work the process, because nobody is perfect. I grant that. But if I would say take away one thing, men in general, black men in particular, are very tuned in to the low level of accountability so many of our women are accepting. That's a non-starter. And the higher up you go the socioeconomic chain, men with more options, they won't say it. They're not going to tolerate it. They're not going to even risk being canceled or whatever. They're just going to keep on moving. Right. That's just reality. That is just the simple, harsh reality of the situation. So, all the best. I don't. Ooh.
Well, thank you. Thank you for talking to me.
Yeah, stop blaming them.
Okay.
Because that's a non-starter for me. I'm just gonna say, guys, I find it funny. Somebody's like, "Oh, be careful." See, that's why you're going to try to frame me as, in one way, that dog won't hunt. The truth is true. This is why I asked for where are the reports? Where is the records? Because we don't have ways to track the abuse that comes from women to men, like we have to track when it goes the opposite direction. And we all know that it is far more likely than oh, it's no big deal. You're a man. You should be able to handle it. Woman put her hands on you. Oh, she can't do you no harm. Just take it. Man, no. Gentlemen, when a woman begins to become emotionally or verbally abusive, leave. No questions, just leave. She shows you who she is, believe her the first time. No arguments, just leave. Plan an exit strategy. Just like when you're on a plane. I'm going to say this. I see all you guys over there. I'm sorry that took a long time, but it needed to be done. I'm going to get to you guys. Just like when you're on a plane. How many times have you been on a plane and those flight attendants and I need y'all, the instructions, we've heard them 11 million times, but it's the one time you may need it. I need you to have a plan, an evacuation plan. When you are with a woman, you need to have an evacuation plan, because if she is willing to go there with you, you need to assume she's going to take it all the way. And you don't want to be on the other end of all the way. If she goes that path, leave. I'll tell a story. I actually dated somebody who was like this, and she acted that way. First time she did that, what happened? First time she acted that way, it was like I was out mid-argument. She was in midstream. I pieced the French toast out. Remember you stump your toe on a headboard or something, and it takes some, and you're like, ooh, and you're waiting for the pain to reach. By the time she recognized that I was leaving for real, I was in my car and halfway down the street. You know what happened?
Hey, big head. Hey, big head. Hey, big head. Hey, big head.
The hey big head started. You know what happened? Nothing. You're going to put me in that position where you know good and damn well, no thank you, not going to argue, not going to do nothing. Peace out. Gentlemen, you must draw lines, have standards, respect yourself enough to not get caught in a twist like that. Because if she will push that button, because she knows that she's not willing to take it there, that's not the plan. The plan is to punk you. Take your power, emasculate you. Whatever it is, whether it's intentional or whether it's just a personality, you don't deserve it, don't tolerate it, leave it. And you watch if people don't start treating you better. All right, Michelle. Hello.
Hi, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How old are you?
I'm 23.
All right, what do you got for me?
Okay, so I just want to start off with saying I really love your show. You are the godfather, but I will say I disagree today with what you said about how men don't really go after women who are in healthcare. Yeah, I have to
But
disagree.
high value men.
Okay. Well, but I still have to disagree.
Okay. I'll take you're 23?
I am. Yes.
I'll take my 52 years of experience against your 23 any day.
Okay.
How many hundreds of thousands of men do you dialogue with on a regular basis?
I mean,
how many hundreds of thousands of men do you dialogue with on a regular basis?
I'm just saying from experience.
Ma'am, your anecdotal experience doesn't change the actual fact on the ground. I didn't pull this out of my butt.
Okay.
Just accept it. I don't know why you ladies think your anecdotal experience at 23 is going to change the fact. How many men who are in a high value status do you hear disagree with me on that point?
Okay, I know you don't care about my experience.
Well, no, what I care about that you is based in nothing except your little experience. I'm saying I didn't make this up. I got this as an aggregate of talking to men like this for decades. This channel has been around over 1 million subscribers on both places for over a year. Did you see the conversation I just had?
I did.
Right. That's number one. You know who's number two? Healthcare.
Okay, well, can I say something though?
Go ahead.
And again, I know you don't care about my experience, but I'm in the healthcare field, and I know several women in healthcare who are married, happily married, and to high value men.
Okay.
So
they're married and in the healthcare field to high value men.
Yes.
Why are they still working?
I mean, some people choose to work.
I'm asking why. I'm just asking if they're happily married. I'm asking. Do you know? Do they have the option to not work? Do they have the option to not? Do they have the option to not work? Do you know?
I think some do. Again, some are married to
No.
doctors.
I'm asking. Do you know if they have the option to work? Yes or no?
Yes, some do. Some do have the option.
Mm-hmm. And the ones that have the option to work, and the ones that have the option to not work, why are they still working? I mean, you're talking like you know their relationship, so I want to see.
Well, I don't know. Okay, I don't know.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. You're talking like you know their relationship, so I'm gonna challenge it. Because the next question is, 23 years old. Let's talk about you. Where's your boyfriend, fiance, husband?
I am single.
Mm-hmm. When's the last time you had a relationship?
Sorry, say that again.
When's the last time you had a relationship?
About 2 months ago.
How long did it last?
It was on and off for about like 2.5 years.
Did you meet in college?
Yes.
How old was he?
He was just 1 year older than me.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say it again. I think it's laughable that we live in a generation where a 23-year-old really thinks you can match wisdom with a man that's 30 years older than you. There's no way in hell if I was your age, I would have ever thought to be that audacious. But that just shows you the state of modern women today. And then even based upon, and I tried to be nice, ma'am, and I could have gone a different path, but shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. The need to be right is very unattractive, especially when it's based in nothing except your anecdotal experience and feelings. Well, let's just say you were right. Let's just say, for sake of argument, you were right. What's it going to change?
Well, I was just saying that there are men who do want.
Okay, fine. There are men that want them. Then what? Thank you.
It doesn't change.
Thank you. It doesn't change. It doesn't do anything for the conversation. It doesn't move it forward. I just need to be right about something. Thank you. That's all I'm pointing out. There's debate 101, guys. Stop trying to be right all the time, ladies. But that tends to happen when you deal with women in those areas. Happens. You can't make this shit up, man. I swear to God. You can't make it up. All right. We're going to get rid of this person. I'm going to get to everybody here. this person's camera is not on, so I'm going to get rid of that person. And we're going to get through to Stephanie. Stephanie, Heather, Desi, Shari, Whitney, Cece, Bailey. That's the order. All right, Stephanie, go ahead and unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi. Can you hear
How
me?
are you? I can. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Good. Single or married?
Single.
What do you got for me? Are you looking for a
So
new job?
say again?
Are you looking for a new job?
Currently, yes. So I'm studying as an accountant right now.
Okay.
I'm working on getting my bachelor's. So like with my whole degree, I kind of pulled on one of your points you said tonight with regards to working with a man, because I always thought with my accounting degree, I would want to use it to like maybe help the man I was with to like start a business or like do his bookkeeping and stuff like that. So like I just wanted to come on to really say to women, like, if you have a career, like always try to even like think about how you can help the person or people around you with what you're doing. It's not about individualism, it's about helping your community.
Makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Because accounting is one of those, thank you. Accounting is one of those degrees that you can help yourself, you can earn a good income, you can help people around you, tax season, whatever. Some other careers, marketing. What did women who use their college degree to get a teaching certificate and become a teacher? There are plenty of things that you can do to earn an income that doesn't put you in high stress corporate America with deadlines and everything else. Heather, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hello. How old are you?
I'm all the way from London. Hi.
Hey, so how old are you?
49, 15, 2 months.
Okay. What do you got for me?
I just stumbled on your program, and I would say I agree with some of the points that you made in terms of the woman invested in her partner and helping. And also I'm a part qualified accountant, so I've worked in the financial services industry, banks, etc. And I'm at the verge at the moment of quitting my 9 to 5 and starting my own business.
Are you single?
Doing consultancy.
Are you single?
And at the moment, yes. Divorced, yes. Divorced.
Okay. I appreciate your input. I'm going to cycle through everybody to try to get at least the input in it. What you guys see, one of the things I think hurt a lot of women is not enough guidance in choosing a major. Communications, things like that. Men or women, I'll tell you, it's pretty much a worthless degree. But things that where you can use the act to start a business or employ yourself or be immediately viable to somebody else is always wise. Hello. How are you?
Yes? Hi, Mr. Kevin. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. Single or married?
I'm single. Can I not be on YouTube? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you don't have to be on YouTube. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. So what do you got for me?
So first of all, I just want to say thank you and congratulations on 1 million plus. My mom is actually getting married this month on the 20th because of you. Yes, sir. So I just want to say thank you for that. My sister got married right out of high school, and her husband have 4 girls now. They've been married for about 10 plus years. So I'm 30. And I'm single, so I want to get out there. Social media makes me anxious, or I have anxiety, so I don't have a social media. I just don't know how I can go about it.
Hold on. When's the last time you dated?
I dated just recently. I just got out of a relationship probably like February of this year.
How long was that relationship?
I only allowed it to go for like 6 months.
What's the longest relationship you ever been in?
5.5 years with an older guy that was.
When did that end?
That ended when I was 27.
And why did it end?
Because he made promises to marry me, and it was just taking too long. I had already been with him for like first time like 3.5 years, and then I left because it didn't, it didn't get anywhere. I left for a year, but
Was
we
this
still
long distance, or you guys in the same city?
we lived together and everything from the time I was 21 to
So
27.
and how old was he?
He was 48 when I was 21, and now he's about 55,
Okay. And where's
56.
your father?
My father, he's around.
Okay, around.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
a 48-year-old man with a 28-year-old woman, 21-year-old woman, that shouldn't have been allowed to even happen.
Yes, sir. So
I mean,
I've always dated older. That was the biggest age gap I've
it's not a problem with the dating older. The problem should have been, if he's going to date you, it should have been a plan. To say you were with him 5 years is not something a father would likely allow to happen, because a man that much older than you would have to answer to your father, what are your intentions toward my daughter? Why are you dating? Mothers, on the other hand, tend to let things kind of just go.
Well, my
Because,
father wasn't.
huh?
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So my father wasn't exactly involved in my life like
That's
that.
why I
He's
said,
just
that's
been
why I'm
around.
saying fathers tend to, because he wasn't
Oh, I see.
there. What
Mhm.
I'm saying is there's no way you should have been allowed, you or any young woman should have been dating someone twice your age and being in it for 5 years. Promises or not. So now we fast forward and you're 30 years old and apprehensive about dating.
Well, I'm open to it. I'm not apprehensive. I'm more apprehensive when it comes to social media.
Why?
I've never really got into the social media craze, and just the things that I watch on like YouTube and hear people
Social
talk about.
media,
It's
what does
just,
that have to do with dating though?
no, I was just going about the apprehended part, but I'm not apprehended about dating. I'm open to it. I just don't know how to.
But I don't understand why social media, why you're apprehensive about social, what does that have to do with any of what you're talking about? I'm not getting it.
Well, because you said that it seems like I'm a little apprehensive about dating, and I was just saying that I'm not apprehensive about dating. I'm
Man,
apprehensive
before
about
I even
social.
said anything, you mentioned about, before I even said that, you said something about social media when you first got on.
Oh yeah, not to be on there because it just gives me anxiety.
Okay.
Hmm.
Um,
But I am open to dating. I have no issues dating.
do you want to get married?
Yes, sir.
Any children? I mean, do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have an older sister. She's married. She's been married since high school. And then I have a 20-year-old brother.
All right. So, social media giving you anxiety, fine, don't get on social media. But I'm gonna say what I always say. I still recommend sitting down with a counselor or a therapist, because something's not reading quite right here.
Well, I am in therapy right now, Mr.
All right,
Samuel.
good. Stay
And I
there.
don't have any children.
Good. Okay.
I was
Well,
waiting for marriage for that.
okay. Well, stay in there and work the process, because I got to get to some other folks. But at 30 years old, I mean, that 5+ year relationship has to have some sort of effect somewhere. Um,
Well,
I don't have. I got to
the
get on
effect
to.
that it,
Got to get on to the next spot though. We're running out of the show. Um, I'm gonna say this: you ladies need to stop this dating for 10 years stuff. 2 years is as long as you should be with anybody, and actually 12 months over 20. Over 25, you should be with somebody for 12 months. Under 25, a couple of years. Over 25, a year. 1 January. Oh, unmute yourself, Shari. Hello.
How you doing, Mr. Samuels?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay, do you have on YouTube or something else? Because it seems like you're hearing multiple things.
Um,
You should only
I
have the
don't know
Zoom
how
call.
else I would hear you, but I'll take it off of my Bluetooth and let's see if that works.
You're 31. Are you single or are you married?
Okay, can you?
Okay, you got looping right now, so I'm gonna go to the next person. Wow, you can only have one thing open, folks. Whitney, go ahead and unmute yourself. You can't be listening to YouTube and Zoom. How are you, Whitney?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I am 29.
Cool. Single or married?
I am divorced. I'm seeing a new man now, and I just wanted to say thank you because I was in the live on Monday, and you told me to come back today. So to your point on the topic tonight, I just want to say it's hitting every point that it needed to hit for me. My man is also listening on the road right now.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I wanted to throw that out there. So I am looking for a new job. And my take on this is that I should work for the company that we're talking about starting. He wants to start his own trucking company, and I have a marketing degree, and it only makes sense for the two of us to combine and kind of, build our empire together instead of, doing things separately, which he also feels that I should bring in $50,000 or more, which is very doable, and that I should pay half of the bill. So be a 50-50 partner in everything. So what do you have to say to us on that?
Well, like I said, why you should come back, because if he's working for the business is just another thing for you guys to bond over. And the more touch points you have in a relationship, the less you'll get caught up in the feeling component of things and the stronger foundation. Also, I would say try to network and deal with more like-minded couples, people who are wanting to start their own businesses, that kind of stuff, because those are people you network with. I don't know what kind of trucking he does, but then people who could potentially be suppliers. Black folks need to learn how to join country clubs and chambers and American Heart Associations. More business gets done over dinner than in the office.
Right.
And that's one of the things that women tend to be really good at, being the more social of the group, the navigating the social environment and the network. Letting the men deal with more of the quote unquote heavy lifting, and you guys do more with the soft skill stuff. So just stay in your feminine, stay in your, and what makes you happy, what puts a smile on your face, let him, and the more you learn about his business, the more you'll be able to actually be able to input. And here's another thing. Take the initiative to do things that you know that he doesn't like doing. Me, like, I hate doing paperwork. I hate doing these kind of things. And the people, anybody that I'm going to be with, they're going to know enough about me to actually help me become better at where I'm good at. You want to help your man become good at where he's good at, and he'll know where that came from. Trust me. We know that shit for sure. Thank you very much for coming back. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, ladies, I'm going to say that again. Men know for sure. And for everybody in the comment section, Melanie is not capping. She's being 100% honest. She's a very successful content creator, very successful person. So, look, let me say this too, because we're getting a little past it. It's not even a matter of money. There are plenty of women out there who are successful, paid, good looking, and miserable. I didn't make up the whole thing precious for shoulders, not hips, for no reason. It is not a woman's natural place. Yes, you can do it for a short period of time, and you can be very, very good at it. However, we are designed for stress. I'm going to tell you something. One of the things that bothers men of means and men of purpose more than anything else is to see the women that we care about stressed out. It stresses us out to see you stressed out. We want to kill it. We want to kill it because we are problem solvers and fixers. If you're going to be stressed, we'd rather see stress that we put there because we can take it back. But stress from out there, that fucks with a man's ego. I'm going to just be real. It bothers a man's ego, and it throws the equilibrium of a relationship off because he can't do nothing about it. And it emasculates a man to be in a situation with somebody that he cannot affect any kind of change, and it's really having a day-to-day impact. Y'all better listen to your godfather on that one. I'm telling you. So make no mistake, men do not want high value men in particular, productive, competitive, successful men, don't want beautiful dummies. We don't want arm candy with the brains. No, we want competent partners. We just want us, everybody in their roles. CEO, CFO, president, vice president, chief Indian. Shout out to the late Patrice O'Neill. The king and queen system. A man in his natural place can take a woman to her natural highest place. A man in his natural place can get a peasant and she can become queen. But she's still the king's wife. He said different word, but I'm going to use it. But a queen, she could be in her highest position, but she can't promote a man to his highest position. He's the queen's husband. All right, guys, we got a lot of folks in this show right now. So yeah, Melanie, I know what you're saying. And I'm going to tell you, man, I have seen more. I went to Houston for that Pretty Professional Problems thing. I've seen more attractive women, pretty women, beautiful women who are successful and look like they got it all together. They're rocking the best Chanel, got on Louboutins. They're driving Range Rovers and G-Wagons and AMGs. They're living in high rises. They're getting facials and hot girl. And they still like, and they're crying in the shower because they want somebody to hug them and take that shit off of them. I don't know, man. I think I just be talking shit. I'm not just talking shit because I can risk saying some things that other guys can't risk. And the thing is, ladies, if you want that, you're going to have to risk being vulnerable a little bit to allow the man to come in and do what he needs to do because, yeah, man. Go back and listen to Unmute Yourself. Go back and listen to Unmute Yourself. Let me see if I can get you next two in here. Shara, go ahead and unmute yourself. And then CC, you next. Hello.
Hey, is this better?
It is. How old are you?
Okay. Okay, great. I'm 31.
Good. Single or married?
I'm married. I'm married.
Okay. Really dealing with single women. What do you have tonight?
Well, I'm actually just here representing for the FBI. I just want to thank you for your service to the Black community and for promoting and uplifting the nuclear family, changing the trajectory because we definitely need that. And I'm highly appreciative for that.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I mean, we got to get some semblance of family order back together so we can all leave something to the next folks. Appreciate it because I think more people need to see that women, especially married women, are on board with this. So you're starting to see a different trajectory and a pattern here. Appreciate it. Enjoy. CC, you next. Go ahead and unmute, CC. Hello?
Hi, Mr. Samuels. Can you hear me?
I can. How old are you?
I'm 29.
All right. Good. Single or married?
Single.
All right. Are you looking for a new job?
Yes. And I'm going to try to be on topic because I feel like the conversations have gotten a little off topic. This not any fault of your own, but I am looking for a new job. And
do you have any kids?
No kids.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I am single, meaning I've never subscribed to the idea of single and talking to multiple people or whatever. I am single. So in saying that, I think one of the reasons why women don't realize that this is a good thing is because, I'm just going to say it, that women keep men in rotation. If women are all the way single, then they realize the value of men. And I'll use myself as an example. Whenever I have to get something done, it's up to me and me alone. I don't have anyone to call, or I use extra money to get movers to help me or whatever. And if anything has to get done or whatever, it's up to me. It's exhausting. And I have told my friends, guys or girls, that I'm tired of being my own man and my own woman. I'm tired of it. I never would have imagined that I would have been at this age and single. And I never set out to do it this way. Growing up, I'm one of all girls. And the
Were your
rule of
mother
the
and
house,
father married?
they're divorced now.
Were they married? Were they together when you were in the household?
Yes, sir.
And you're how old again?
I'm 29. I'll be 30 in October.
So what are you doing to help you get out there and find or be found?
Well, I've actually changed a couple of things, and I was actually on live maybe a few months ago, but I have changed some things since then. One being that I have stepped away from school, and I realized that all that time that I was dedicating to school,
You stepped away from school to do what?
to focus on me.
Okay, where are you getting around men?
Now I'm going to forums. I went to a book signing a couple of weeks ago. I went to a festival, a Black festival celebrating Black culture.
Did you go by yourself?
Initially I did, and then I invited out a couple of friends. So we all kind of congregated out there.
Okay, so let me stop right here.
Mhm.
I was training with you about being single, not keeping me in a rotation, not having friend zones. That's exactly what needs to happen, because you single ladies are getting too much male attention, and you smell like another man when we come around. Y'all need to be single. Not friend zone dudes, single, because that'll make your ass hungry for the right thing. Number one. Number two, yes, you got to get out. You got to work on you, but you got to get out and be around people, men. And the thing is, one of the things you ladies do is you tend to get out there and get uncomfortable and start bringing women around, which does the opposite effect and repels men.
Mm-hmm.
When you're alone, you got a better chance of being approached. It's uncomfortable, but it is something that needs to start happening, especially with women in their late 20s, early 30s, because the amount of time because we don't have clubs and things like that, you need to be able to be approached when you're out in the market. Must happen. So I got to get on to the next person because I'm running out of time. I appreciate you calling in. Ladies, stop. Yeah, I'm good. Single. Get rid of, just like I told the guys, to get rid of your friend zone beta, like women that got you a beta male orbit. Ladies, get rid of your free male attention. Yes. Stop how he's like my brother. He's like, yeah, all your play brothers, hire a maintenance man. Pay for it. Then you'll start to realize what a man is needed for in your house other than just the bedroom. You got all these men in here in your life that are taking the role of what a masculine presence would do. And just like something that every meal is missing something, you'll start missing something. Ooh, I'm missing something. It's called a man. Not a brother, not a play cousin, a man. The rabbit, the bullet in your finger won't do. It's called a man. And then you got to carry your ass out there in the world by yourself, not with your girlfriends, not with your head in this damn phone, out in the world, thirsty like a mother sucker. Thirsty, looking for and hope it starts to rain men so you can not be so damn parched. That's what the Godfather got to say. I will tell you this. I am relaunching my Patreon. My Patreon is being relaunched next week, and it's going to be called The Family. I am making my Patreon, it's going to become a premier online community of like-minded people. I'm going to take the best aspects of my online Facebook group, The Mix, and I'm going to take it and mix it in with some other things to where if you're a CIA man or FBI woman, this is going to be the place to be. It is going to be an active, private community of like-minded people. Just like in my Facebook group, I expect relationships, coupling, dating, men's groups, women's groups, and the things that go on there will only be there. The content will not be seen over here. It will not be seen over here. It won't be uploaded over here. There'll be different discussions over here, different caliber of stuff. So I've finally decided how I want to do it. I'll be rolling it out. So I will tell you this. If you want to be a part, you want to get on the ground floor of this one. You're going to get in on the ground floor of this one. If you're already an existing patron, you're going to love it. Of course, there's going to be memberships going to have its privileges at different levels. But I saw what happened with the mix, and I saw what, Black Planet and all these other kind of places. It's not going to be a bunch of places where it's going to be a bunch of salacious and gossip and this and that. It's going to be professional, LinkedIn, cool level stuff, like-minded people. And yes, I will be looking for people to help me administer and moderate that place as well. And it's open to men and women worldwide. You don't have to just be in this United States. So if you want to become a patron of the channel, let me go ahead and drop a link down in the description. Join Patreon. And yeah, I'm kind of excited about how this is going to work because what Patreon is meant to do, it's supposed to be a way to help keep your content creators creating content. It's never been a place to where you're supposed to go get additional videos and all this other kind of stuff. That's how, unfortunately, how I think in Black community, we talk about it more like that than anything else. And it can be for that. But I want to change it. I want to have a vibrant online community of like-minded people. So it'll be the Patreon private community. There's going to be different membership levels, and the different membership levels. Yeah. So right now it says join the CIA, but actually it's going to be rebranded to join the family. Hey, the Godfather has his own family. The Godfather, join the family. It says join the CIA, join the family. Yeah. Membership will have its privileges. And if you are and understand, just like my mixed group, it is a men's-centric universe. It's a men's-based group, but women are our valued and welcome guests. I don't want to see any content from. We're gonna keep it above board. If you wouldn't be able to show it at work in front of your boss, nah. Keep it cool, keep it classy. All right, that's number one. Number two, Friday. Oh my God, Friday. 10 p.m. We're going to talk about the two things that have been holding. This is going to be a family discussion. The Black community back. Friday, I want all the smoke from one particular part of the community. I am going in both barrels. Because it's time. It's time. Friday, pack a lunch. It's going to, anyway, I ain't going to say nothing. Pack a lunch. That was good. Last week's show, winter's coming. I think we got a good idea. Folks understand, 11 million Americans are set to be evicted. This is not a game. We're about to get into some real dicey territory. School is starting. I'm going to say this, ladies. Many of you are going to find out that job you put so much pride in and held your life off for, they're going to be downsizing you, cutting your hours. And I need you to imagine what it will be like if you were already with a man who was starting a business or had a business or somebody that you could work with to start your own thing. Patreon's for singles only? No. Patreon's not for singles only. Patreon is going to be, I want you to think of it, it's a private community. It's an online community. So singles are welcome. Married are welcome because married people got a lot to input as well. But like I said, my Facebook group, The Mix, just like a lot of couples met in The Mix. Let me go ahead and read this too. I'm not going to read all of it, but I got a text message from her. I want to read something to her that I got today, and I mean the other day. Wow. I don't want to tip my hat, but when I see men who say I had no plan on ever getting high value, especially when you get that appreciation show when you had all them married women calling in my day-to-day life, I'm seeing that we want better. And you know what? I think it's funny that so many of my critics and detractors, why y'all listen to a divorce, this and that, don't worry about what I am. Fact is, it's starting to help folks. Brother said, my lady works out 6 times a week. She cooked 3 meals a day, no debt, no kids, no tax. She's cooperative and a Christian. She even agreed to go blanked so she can help me she's even going to come help me in my business. We can change the world by changing ourselves and doing the work. We don't have to be perfect. We just got to try. We don't have to be perfect. We just got to try. And Friday, I don't want to tip my hand. Oh, Lord, that curtain. Oh, Lord Jesus. Yeah, I'm excited for what's coming down the pipe. And as the Patreon thing evolves, they will have Patreon's going to have its own. I don't know what the show schedule is going to be like, but as it grows, there's going to be a lot of stuff over there. Private online community. So just let you know that's coming up. The rollouts next week. So there you go. I don't want to get ahead of time. It's getting late. I ran over about 20 minutes. I want to try to cut these off at midnight. So I want to try to start at 10, 15-minute lead in on music, and then over by midnight. Trying to stick to that schedule. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you guys for hitting the donate button. Thank you guys. We're 1 million strong on YouTube, 1 million strong on Instagram, and we're only getting better. Like I said, I'm going to get what I want out of this world by helping you guys get what you want. That's a good thing. Appreciate everybody that called in. Appreciate everybody who continues to watch. Thank you to all the patrons who've stuck it out. It's been rocky, doing what needs to be done, but we're going to get it to the next level. Cannot wait to get this. But as usual, guys, you know how it is. Until the next time, peace. We are gone. I'm a PhD.
Say what's wrong or right. No. It's not hard to fool me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. No. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow. So tell your good lies.
Shirley!
'Cause I'll find no better one. Yeah. Susceptible lies. Before the moment flies. Ooh. She belongs to the street. Tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll find no better one. I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. Nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I
guys.